Hello, Facebook. How are you today? We're going to do a little different live. I'm in my car. Isn't this crazy? It is so windy outside. I know you guys know I love to be outside, especially doing my lives, but it is crazy windy. So we just can't be outside today. So we're going to try it from in here. And I got a lot of stuff to say, so we probably should get going. But first of all, as always, if you're hopping on live, please say hello so that I know I'm not talking to myself. Hello, Tanya. If you are catching the replay, please type replay so that, and let me know where you're coming in from. And if you happen to be new, type in new so that I can thank you for watching the live. And you guys, especially today, as in always, but if you get value out of this, please, I think it's down in the bottom left-hand corner, hit that share button. And even if you don't think, maybe you need to hear it, I know, especially the message from today, all my friends are phenomenal. This is not going to probably be you guys. Hello, Tanya. But maybe someone in your world needs to see this or hear this today. So hit that share button, all right? Sharing is caring. So let's hop right in. So this morning, okay, you guys, I'm listening to an amazing book. It's by Brene Brown. Hello, Stephanie. Love the new hair, you little sassy mama. And so anyway, her name is Brene, B-R-E-N-E Brown, not Renee, like my name. And it's called Daring Greatly. And so many days, this like completely speaks to me. But today, as I was listening, this just hit me, and I'm like, we've got to get this out here. Because I don't know when she wrote this book. I don't know what year. I haven't even looked. But it is definitely relevant in 2018. And I can tell you from raising kids in this generation, I don't know. I do know part of it is the phone. The phones, like these kids don't know how to talk anymore. It's just really sad. Anyway, but it's much deeper than just the phone, and it's much, much deeper, talking about the human connection than these kids. I'm talking like, anyone needs to hear this, anyone. So one of the things that really struck me was, do you make eye contact with your waiter? Hey, Leonard, I actually said, I'm so sorry I'm doing it in the afternoon. You're probably going to be in bed. But anyway, hello, Leonard. So anyway, do you make eye contact like with your waiter, your store clerk, your cashier? Or here's what really irks me, and this is what she was talking about, and it just pissed me off. I'm sorry, but it did. Hello, Lisa, gorgeous. So what really made me mad was she was watching all this, and you guys tell me, drop it in the comments. Drop a 1 if you do make eye contact with your waiters, your store clerks, your cashiers. If you see them as people, okay, because this actually hurt me this morning when she was saying this, but I guess it's a thing. I mean, I guess she was saying people don't see these others as humans, so they won't even get off their damn cell phones long enough to have a conversation with them. There was so many examples she gave of someone doing your nails, and they couldn't even get off the phone the entire time their nails were being done. They were literally pointing to the people, like, pointing and telling them about their length or whatever, and that, you go to a fast food restaurant and you're in the drive-through line, and they couldn't even be off their phone to make eye contact, say hello, thank you, to the person. She even gave an example of someone had just called her right when she got there, as she was about to pull up. She thought it was her son's school, so she went ahead and answered it, got off the phone as quick as she could, and apologized to the worker there. And the worker started crying and said, "You have no idea how people treat us. They act like they aren't even human." And you guys, that broke my heart when I was listening to that. That's why I said, please share this. I know you guys are incredible. Jen, you're amazing. And that's one of my things. Yes, I'm trying to teach my children that. Just look up at someone. I'm going to jump all around now because that was one of the things I know I have in my notes. Look up at someone and make eye contact with them and just say hello or nod or hey, sup, whatever it is. But like, this interaction in my mind, like, of course, it's who we are, it's what we do. But listening to that, and she's a researcher, this Brene Brown, if you guys look into her stuff, an incredible researcher. So everything in her book is from, tons and tons of research. This was not one story. So I guess I was just shocked. This is not a small thing. Number 2, or drop me a 2. Do you get off your phone when you're at the check stand? I know my mom was a cashier for years, and she would tell me, oh, here we go. There's, hey, Mom. That as a cashier, people couldn't even get off their phones to interact with her, to talk to her about, her day. How are you today? Oh, thank you so much. They look down on these people. But yet in her book, she talks about how she would see these same people then, how nice they were to a lawyer or a doctor or someone like that. Like, I guess it's a status thing. And you guys tell me, help me out here. Like, to me, I've been raised that you treat the janitor the same way you treat the president of a company. No one is less. It takes all of us to run this entire thing. Leonard is amazing. Leonard, I thank him and his entire crew every single day that I can for exactly how they take care of the county. I couldn't do my job at the county without Leonard and his crew. You guys, we couldn't, they're trying to get rid of all the cashiers. My mom was a cashier. And I remember telling Tori, you want me to use this USAN? Well, then I better get a 20% discount, right now. I refuse to use those things because they're putting people out of work. And you want to talk about the problem that we have with adult interaction or with, this human connection. Why do you think we have this problem? Because they're trying to make machines run the world. They want me to go to Smith's and they want me to carry around some, I don't even know how to do it because I've never done it, some clicker thing, and then I put everything in my cart as I do it. I'm not going to do it. I want the human connection. It's who we are. It's how we're made. And then to go back to Jen, that was my next thing, this is how we're teaching our kids. We're trying to teach our kids to be this human connection. And Jen, I don't know how your kids are, but mine are so shy. And it kills me because when I found out that people think my kids are rude and stuck up, but you guys, you know why? I watched them at the anniversary party that we were just at. They look stuck up. I couldn't believe they were sitting over a table, my 2 kids by themselves. I knew what was going on. My kids couldn't even look up at someone and say, hello, I'm, David's daughter, so that they would kind of, know who they belong to. Mine are so shy. Hope said, if anybody wants to sit down and have a conversation with me, and people did, thank goodness, they'll sit and talk to them for hours. But they're not going to be that one to make the effort. So like I said, Jen, tell me, how are your kids? We have tried and tried and tried. We would tell ours, we would be in the grocery store and someone that they knew would walk by and it'd be like, hey, say hello to so-and-so. And they like barely would even look up. And I swear that's part of these cell phones and, they don't talk to anybody anymore. They don't, everything is, and my kids aren't even the biggest cell phone people. Like they're not in their phones like I know a lot of kids are, but my kids are so shy that they won't make that. And there's a couple reasons like why that's so important. Like anyway, I can't even think where I was going to go with that. Oh, what I was going to say, I think that's like way down in my list of things, but you just never know what your little smile or hello or how are you today, just passing in the hall or passing in the, wherever you're at, what that person needs from that, what that could do to a person, just that little hello, just that little interaction you give. I always think about that. Like, I don't know what kind of day they're having. I don't know what's going on in their mind, but me saying hello to them may help. It might not, but I'll tell you, if I walk past them and I ignore them, I know that's not good. I mean, we have an attorney here in our building that I see quite often, and I say every single time, and now I'm doing it just to be whatever. I'm trying to keep it PG or G or whatever on this thing, but I will get so frustrated because I will nod, say hello. I will literally do that, like, how are you? He can't even look at me. I guess I'm that low on the totem pole. I may be okay to do his payroll, but I'm not good enough for him to say hello to. And that may not be the case. You know what I'm saying? There may be a whole different, I know he's not shy. I know he knows who I am, but he cannot even say hello to me. He can't even look up and acknowledge me. I can almost run into him to go into the restroom and he can't acknowledge me. So that pisses me off. Now, if I were someone who was a depressed, I mean, I'm picturing like, say, he's in the store and he does the same thing to everybody or whatever, a person with the wrong place in their mind that takes everything personal, or oh my gosh, like, oh, he was so rude to me. And I mean, I'm just picturing like how bad that could hurt if, like, I know this guy and now I do it just to be funny or just to be a brat, whatever. Like, I will make sure that if I run into him, I say hello, just so that he has to ignore me. And he still does, whatever. One of the things that really, this goes back, a lot of years. I don't even know. I can't even think when Faith first got into gymnastics, but it was this tiny little building that we went to. And I can remember the moms sitting there. We had this tiny little area to sit. It was very loud because we didn't have much room. And the moms were there just, two of them back and forth together. Kids out on the floor, rocking it, doing whatever. And I look over and mom can't even acknowledge the kids. So you know what I did? Good job, honey. I'm so proud of you. Good job. Not to my kid. I was doing that to my kid anyway. To her kid. Because I could see her little face. Mom wasn't even paying attention to her. All mom cared about was, this is talk hour with my little friend. Be present. How do we expect our kids to be present when then the parents aren't even showing them to be present? I just, and like I said, this goes back, oh my heck, this goes back, I don't even know. Faith is 18. So probably 15 years ago. And I watched that little girl grow up, and damn it, but to this day, that mom does not pay attention to her. And it just annoys me, which is kind of its own little thing. But as far as going into, trying to teach them to be present. And like I said, so I do teach mine to look up and smile. Like I said, they're so shy they won't do it. I don't know if somehow they don't feel like they're worthy. But I look at others like that, like, not necessarily mine, but like how, someone else that can't put their head up and can't say hi to me, is that how they're feeling, Anyway, I just had to get on here. I had to express this today. I know another guy in another group, this intentional greatness group that I'm in, he was talking yesterday about certain things to do and, kind of how to treat people and whatnot. And he said, he said it perfectly. I wish I could just say, be kind. Just be kind to others. What are we missing in this world? And it's just kindness, and it's connection. And like I said, I don't know if it's now that we're we email, we text, we personal message, we all this stuff, like rarely do we actually, connect anymore. I know we all have our certain connections, we have that best friend that we see every day, or, your spouse or your kids or whatever, but like, how many people do you actually physically connect with in a day? Tell me, drop it down there. Like, and I know there's so many different occupations. I mean, I don't see very many people anymore as far as customers or even employees the way I used to. I don't have a whole lot of social interaction. I have a couple employees that are, directly in my office with me, a couple of other offices that we're very, very connected to. But outside of that, mainly I go home and, connect with my dogs and my husband. I mean, so I'm just saying, like, I know overall, like, I just feel like we're missing a lot of that connection anymore. And so if you're in the grocery store, or you're in the post office, or wherever you are, just nod and say hi. Like I said, the way I look at that, you never know what that can do for that person. And then conversely, you don't know what it would do to that person if you just, like I said, this attorney that can't even say hello to me. It used to be like, wow, okay, I guess, maybe he didn't hear me the first 2 or 3 times. Oh, maybe he's having a bad day. I mean, this has been going on for months, and I went through the whole, maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. Now I'm like, okay, do you think you're that much better than me? Or what is it? All these things are going in my mind. I don't know what the truth of the matter is. But it's not just me. I have found that out. I don't know who it is, but anyway, it's very annoying. And so, like I said, I just don't ever want to be that person. I want to be that one where they walk by and go, damn, like, can't she just say hello? So anyway, my whole message is just think about the other person. Think about the human connection. Think about, you know, being kind to others, but especially your waiters, your waitresses, like I said, the person at the Taco Bell drive-thru. Put the damn phone down and say hello and thank you. Even if you just have to tell whoever you're on the line with, hey, hang on just 1 minute, okay? I gotta do something. You know, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm back. Is that rocket science? Maybe I'm in the wrong profession. Maybe I'm a rocket scientist. Anyway, I hope you guys got some value. Thank you for listening. I kind of feel like it was a rant today, but like I said, I'm listening to this Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, and it's incredible. It's another great book that I think we could all learn a ton from. And like I said, she's a researcher, so you know, it's not just one person's story. It's just a ton of stories, and there's so many things that we've already went past the shame and vulnerability chapters, and it's very interesting and eye-opening. You know, I always try to I think I'm thinking of the other person and the other side of the story, and I try really hard to do that. But after listening to her research and some other things, it was like, wow, you know, we do assume a lot. We assume that we know what the other person is thinking or why they're doing certain things, and we might not have a clue. There's just so much to this whole human interaction. But so anyway, I just want to say, be kind, say hello to other people when you pass by them. Don't just keep your head down. I know for some of you, like I said, for my daughters who are so shy, it may be, you know, just the hardest thing that you can do, to look up at someone and put yourself, be vulnerable and put yourself out there, but just say hello. Leonard, you're amazing. And like I said, your crew, I really, really, really do appreciate every single one of you and what you do here at the county. And I know you probably don't hear it very often. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. But I hope you guys all had a great day. Like I said, if you got some value, share it out there. If you think anybody else needs to hear this message. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Take care.